The internet has become an indispensable part of our lives. And during this COVID-19 pandemic of 2020, many of us figured that out as we had to work from home with no internet or poor internet. Well, this week we're going to look at something that happened in the news, the company called SpaceX, owned by Elon Musk, and how his company is tackling just that problem by going into space. Well, this is Bald Guy Sci, and we're going to look at science in the news, SpaceX. On May 13th, 2020, Elon Musk's company SpaceX launched a mission into space, which will be its ninth in the Starlink Mission series. So what is Starlink? What does Starlink have to do with internet service providers that use satellites? Where's the science? Where's the math? Where's the technology? Where's the engineering? Well, we're going to get there. But if that doesn't get you excited, even though me trying to be excited.
Hello, let us begin by introducing ourselves. I am Hans.
And I'm Franz.
And we want to pump you up.
Check out this hype video from Elon Musk and SpaceX. Just looking at their website, you'll see that they launched 60 different satellites. Actually 58 and then 3. So 3 of them are for a parent company or an associated company that they're launching those satellites for. And the other 58 are part of their Starlink network. Well, what makes this crazy amazing is that this is not NASA. It's not a government organization. It's a private company. And this private company designed recyclable rockets, sort of. So the Falcon 9 rocket booster is what sends this thing up into orbit. And then it comes down and lands on an autonomous drone ship floating in the ocean. Like, that's crazy. There's no pilot or anything. It just syncs up and the rocket comes down and it lands on this platform. Well, that's just one of the really cool, amazing things. So the Starlink mission is actually about internet access. And one of the problems with normal satellite internet, if you've ever had it, is that it's got something we call lag, which is actually referred to as latency. It's the time when the signal is sent to the round trip when it's sort of responded to. And if you ever try to talk to someone over like a long distance or something that couldn't hear very well, they might have to take a little time to process what you said.
Niner, you are cleared for takeoff.
Roger. Huh?
LA departure frequency 123.9er.
Roger.
Huh?
Request vector. Over. What?
Flight 209er clear for vector 324.
We have clearance, Clarence.
Roger, Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
Because of the distance or impairment or whatever it might be. And so the conversation lags or slows down a little bit. That's been a problem of satellite internet service provider technology in the past, simply because in order to achieve a maximum amount of people that they could hit, they launched the satellite really high above the Earth. Well, that also made it cost effective because if your satellite's really high above the Earth, you don't need that many of them to cover the Earth at any given time. So to give you guys a baseline here, I have this app open on my phone, speedtest.net. And just to test my home network, now sitting close to the router, I get about 120 megabits per second down, but I'm a little further away now. So when I hit go, what it's going to do is it's going to test the ping. So ping is a message sent out to the network and then back, and it times that. You can see mine was 14 milliseconds. It's really fast. And then my download speeds, which are coming through about 80 megabytes per second right now. And then it'll test the upload speeds, which are always a little bit slower. So generally I'm getting about 10 or 11. So you can see it's about 10 or 11 right now. That's pretty normal. Now, I used to have satellite internet. That number, the ping, in order to get to the network and to get back, sometimes was 5, 6, 700 milliseconds. This is one of the things that Elon Musk is trying to solve with the Starlink SpaceX missions. So what makes this Starlink network really interesting is they actually had to find a way to get these satellites to talk to each other so that they could stay in a synchronous orbit, a specific distance away from each other. In fact, one satellite compared to the satellite in the same orbit as it are almost not moving connected to one another. It's sort of like one of those giant flocks of starlings, if you may have seen. They all sort of look like they travel as one. These satellites in this mesh are actually just trying to stay in orbit and trying to stay a specific distance away from a certain number of satellites nearby. It might be the one in front of them, behind them, adjacent, whatever. So the geometry of those lasers is actually pretty consistent as they travel around the globe, which makes it really pretty crazy. So you send a signal to someone that's going to travel up and hit one satellite, and it's going to stay in contact with 4 others at all times. So that as it passes over the place where that signal needs to be delivered, it can just bounce it there and shoot it straight down, even though these are traveling around really quickly because they're not very high up. So it's a really interesting engineering feat.
What we need is a great feat of strength.
Feat of strength? Au contraire! Now that you are here with me, what we have is great strength of feet.
Don't follow.
Using geometry and math, it's using light to send signals. We're talking about forces and motion, so Newtonian physics and some of what Galileo went after to get these things in orbit. And this is all done by a private person who had a vision, a dream, and a grasp of math and science. Hey guys, that does it for this week of Science in the News and SpaceX. But I'm starting something new, and that is that I'm looking for your requests. So if you've got a request for a video, maybe some science topic or something in the news, something you didn't understand, or you just think would be cool to get my input on, throw that down in the comments, and we'll get those videos going. Until next time, click the like button. Make sure to share this out with somebody, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And we'll see you next time for a Bald Guy Sci.
Allied radio clearance over. That's Clarence over. Over. Roger. Huh?
Roger, over.
What? Hey!